we have all this emphasis on conception, whether a woman can conceive, can she conceive, can she conceive? But then she has all these miscarriages. Women have miscarriages, and we say, well, one miscarriage doesn't mean that you're more likely to have another miscarriage, and so it doesn't matter. But why did it happen? Whether or not you conceive is not as important if you're looking to have a child as whether or not you give birth. That conception has to last without a miscarriage. We give all this emphasis on conception. What is the quality of the egg and the sperm? In Ayurveda, we talk about the 3 months prior to conception being so important. It takes 3 months for the developing egg to get from, like if this is the ovary, which is about the size of a walnut. This is a big walnut. Pretend this is the size of real walnut, not pretend walnut. But so this is pretend walnut, which is the ovary, and on the inside of the ovary are the immature eggs. And every month, a certain quantity, limited quantity of eggs start to travel to the exterior of the ovary in order to be released through the corpus luteum and picked up by a fallopian tube. Unbelievable what the body does, and pulled into the uterus, and then if it's fertilized, it becomes a baby, if the egg is good quality. Now, when we're looking at that journey from that immature egg, this is the ovary, these are the immature eggs. It takes, and they're making this journey to the edge of the ovary, where they rupture out into this corpus luteum, this yellow body, and that releases a bunch of estrogen and progesterone, and the fallopian tube comes in with its beautiful little fingers and picks up that egg, right? This journey takes 3 months, from the immature egg to the outside of the ovary. During that period of time, it's being nourished completely by rasa dhatu, right? Rasa, prana, and the mind, all affected by Ida and Pingala, all affected by anything that affects rasa is going to affect prana and the mind, right? All those things come into play, and all of those things come into play because rasa is nourishing that developing egg, right? If during this process rasa is contaminated sufficiently, this process the egg won't mature well. It will be not a viable egg. There will be conception, and there will be a miscarriage within the first month. Is there anything we can do about this? Darn tootin'. There's so much we can do about this. It's amazing. And it increases the chance of not having a miscarriage and having a successful pregnancy just hugely. And it's not just the egg. This is so cool. Years ago, like 25 years ago, something like that, I went to this talk at UNM, University of New Mexico, by this endocrinologist from Colorado who worked with ART, artificial reproductive technologies, things like that. And he said, and I had never heard this before, that from when the sperm is first produced to when it becomes mature takes 3 months. Mm-hmm. So both the egg and the sperm take 3 months to mature. During that period of time, what we're eating, what the flavor of our rasa is because of the flavor of our experience and so forth, what that is, that's going to affect whether or not that fetus is going to be viable. That's powerful. And that's not about stagnation, but I just had to go on that little detour. There's a book that is in your resources section of the handout called It Starts with the Egg by Rebecca Fett, terrific researcher in Western science. And it's the only book I've ever read that fully emphasizes this 3 months leading up to conception period of time. Really important. If your clients, your patients, you are looking at fertility issues and conception issues, to ignore the 3 months leading up to conception, I don't know why we do that. I don't know why that is not just everybody should know about that, right?